Hey, what's up? My name is Alyse and I am the founder of Raw Alignment, which is my health and wellness company. I've got a website, rawalignment.com, and also a YouTube channel. I dropped out of college almost a year ago and sold all of my belongings. I moved to Hawaii and started building up my business more and more. And now I can say that I am completely financially free with this business, and I don't even think of it as a business. It's more so my passion, and it's fun for me, and I love to share about my lifestyle. I eat a raw vegan diet, which means fruits and veggies, and I love weightlifting and playing and connecting with inspiring individuals, and that's kind of the gist of who I am. I started getting really passionate about being self-employed, being an entrepreneur, and creating Raw Alignment about 2 years ago. And before that, I had always loved being a leader in school. I'd always loved putting together poster board presentations, and I loved taking the initiative and getting something done, especially if it involved creativity. So I think the heart of my success and the reason why I'm able to pursue this is because I love the creative process of it. I love how fun it is, and when I'm recording a YouTube video or responding to an email, there's always something that can be creative about that process, whether it's making the thumbnail, deciding what my background's going to be, what clothing I'm wearing, what images I want to attach in an email, things like that. So that definitely keeps me going, and also knowing who's on the other end, how I'm helping them, getting that feedback from people, of people saying you helped me go vegan, you helped me go raw, you helped me declutter. Getting that feedback is really affirming that I'm doing something right. And I always got a little bit of that, even when my channel was much smaller, even when I didn't have any followers on Instagram, even when it was just in the beginning, there was always that little bit of feedback. I used to post on my personal Facebook page and just get comments from friends and family members saying thank you for putting this information out there, or whatever it was. So getting that feedback has been very motivating for me to continue. And then also the whole other aspect of just daydreaming and knowing that I'm worthy of living this life, knowing that there's not a specific list of people who can live a lifestyle like this, but knowing that anybody can do it. And I think really believing that has helped me a ton, and everybody should believe that. To be honest, there is no list of people who can live an amazing lifestyle. You are worthy of living your dream lifestyle, and if you're not sure what that is, I really encourage you to daydream and dream about what would be just crazy cool if you had that in your life. And those are practices that I use on a daily basis, and they help me continue. They help me go every single day and work, and it doesn't feel like work to me. It's always it's a project. It's a creative project that I have going on at all times, and when I finish one, there's always an idea for another one. So instead of feeling like it's work, I feel like it's a game. How much can I share with people? And I think that's what it's all about, is finding something that you really enjoy, finding something that you can endlessly come up with more content to share, whether you're an artist or you're an entrepreneur like I am on YouTube, or a singer, or whatever it is. Just getting into that zone where you feel like there's so much more you want to share and can share, and once you're in that zone, it's really hard to feel like you're working all the time. Another thing that has helped me is finding balance, of course, between relaxation, play, and work, as most people call it. And I've definitely gone through phases of extreme work all the time, and I've gone through phases where I didn't really want to be doing that. And through those ebbs and flows, I've found balance between spending time with people, getting out in nature, and also being in front of my computer, getting everything done. So I got into minimalism, or simple living as I like to call it, a couple of years ago. And I was inspired by a few individuals who I actually found on YouTube, and I just saw that they lived with all of their belongings fitting in one backpack, and I thought that was really awesome. Just the idea of it really attracted me. I've been a neat freak for as long as I can remember. I love cleaning. I love every space that I live in to be clean and organized. I've had those qualities in myself for a long time. And it just made sense when I started to hear that this minimalist lifestyle existed. It just really clicked for me. So in high school, I had a pretty well-paying job, and I was buying a lot of clothes just because I could financially afford them, and a lot of my friends loved to go shopping. So I had an abundance of clothing and other items as well. And as I started to downsize, it just felt better and better. I felt like I had more mental clarity, I had more room in my mind to think of other things, and it also helped me be more productive because since I loved to clean everything, I had a difficult time getting started on school projects and other tasks if my room was messy or if the place that I was staying in just wasn't meeting my cleanliness expectations. So as I started to declutter and just donate things, throw things out, sell things, get rid of them in any of those ways, I started to feel better and better and more productive and more at peace. So I kept going with it. And then when I decided to move out to Hawaii, it just made sense that I really took it to the next level and tried to get as minimal as possible, since I was going to be living on a farm and wouldn't really have a lot of space to hold many things. So that's kind of how my minimalist journey went, and now I'm not living in a farm, I am living in a home. Well, when I go back to Hawaii I will be, and I can take on a couple of more items that feel right for me. So I'm kind of in ebbs and flows of feeling comfortable with the amount of belongings I have and also feeling that pull to continue releasing things and getting rid of them. And it makes me feel more empowered to have less things and really rely on myself. There's just a lot of material belongings that we really don't need to get by in life. I have one pair of sandals and I have one pair of sneakers, and I don't feel that much more is necessary. And that kind of applies to all belongings, like kitchen things, electronics, clothing, accessories. I just love to keep it simple. And I also like it because most of my clothing really express who I am in one way or another, because since I have so few items of clothing, I don't have items that I'm not interested in, and I don't have items that don't really reflect me. So I feel like that kind of applies to all aspects of my material possessions. I just love having it more simple so that they're practical and that they express who I am. So let's talk a little bit about empowerment. Empowered is definitely not a word that I would have used to describe myself a few years ago. I was pretty confused and didn't really have a clear vision of what I wanted and who I was as a person. And there are many techniques that I've used within the past couple of years to help me get to where I am now. And I can confidently say that I do feel empowered and I do have a really good sense of who I am as a person. So I don't even know where to begin. I love to journal and I love to write things down and kind of like express myself on paper. And I will make to-do lists and I'll make long lists of goals that I have for myself in every aspect of life. And for example, like a goal that I might have is to have really great communication in all relationships, or perhaps I have a goal to be surrounded only by people who are super inspiring to me and not by anybody else who brings me down or kind of talks about negative things. And then another goal that I might have is to be really fit, and specific fitness goals like lifting this much weight, running this far, things like that. And I'll set those goals for every aspect of my life. And that has helped me feel empowered because like one little bit at a time, one day at a time, 1 week at a time, I start reaching those goals because I stay focused on them and they're things that I really want deep down. So as I start reaching those little goals and those little benchmarks, I feel more capable of doing more and I feel more empowered. So then I'll start setting huge goals for myself and thinking and daydreaming like far out in the future what I want my life to look like. And that has helped me feel empowered because as I reach those small benchmarks, I can then go on to a crazier dream and reach that and make that happen too. So in addition to journaling and just getting everything out on paper, I daydream a lot and I really fantasize and think about what I want my life to be like. How I want to feel, what type of food I want to be eating, what I want to be doing on a daily basis, what my sleep schedule is like, specifically the types of fruit I'm eating, the types of people I'm spending my time with, things I'm doing on a daily basis. And what else? I love those practices, and also surrounding myself with people who inspire me, like I said before, and connecting to those people. Even if they're not in my life presently, just connecting with them on social media and just trying to cultivate a relationship there. I also work a lot with self-love and positive affirmation, so I'll wake up in the morning and say, I love you to myself. I'll say, like, I love you, I love you, I love you, or I love myself unconditionally, and that has really helped me with body image and just feeling like I am capable of doing more. Because oftentimes, like, we have a critic that creeps into our life and makes us doubt what we're capable of. And I don't deal with that at all. I try and prevent that from happening by saying that I am capable and I love myself and I'm worthy of living in abundance. And by saying those things and writing those things and talking about those things, like, having all of those things filling my life has really allowed me to feel more empowered and make things happen. So to me, veganism is all about fairness and equality and love and compassion for everything, and not even just animals, not even just humans and animals, but trees and grass and insects. Like, having love and compassion and treating everybody with kindness is really important, and it's something that I've stood for pretty much my entire life. I've always been pointed out as a person who's loving and kind, and it just makes sense that we would abstain from eating animals. It just, like, logically makes so much sense because we can thrive on a plant-based diet. We don't need that in order to be healthy and strong and happy. And if we don't need that, then why on earth would we engage in those sort of activities? And my business, Raw Alignment, is all about aligning your actions with your beliefs, aligning your mind, body, and soul, and really, like, living what you truly believe in deep down, like making your actions based on your ethics. And to me, that's what veganism is all about, like really abstaining from these horrible, cruel practices because we just believe that it is wrong to do so. And yeah, it's mind-blowing to me that it's not just the way that we're all living, but I stand behind it, like, wholeheartedly. Same goes for, like, wearing leather or using animal products in any aspect of your life. It's just not necessary. And I think that I really love to show that it's not necessary. I love to live a natural lifestyle and use as little products as possible. And I'm just such an advocate for getting back to your roots and doing what's natural and not engaging in any of these practices that are immoral and unnecessary. And to me, that's what veganism is about aligning your actions with your beliefs. And we all believe that animals are adorable, animals deserve love, so why are people killing them and eating them? So it comes back to aligning yourself.
If you had one message to the world, what would it be?
Whoa.
Everybody was listening.
My one message to the world would be to act out of love in every way, shape, or form. Just act out of love, speak out of love, do things out of love in every way as much as you can, because when we're acting out of fear, that's when violence comes in, that's when anger comes in, and negative emotions, negative feelings, negative actions. So if we can just all act out of love and be compassionate and kind to each other and to everything, like me not taking this grass and ripping it apart, but actually just leaving it there. If we can really align our actions with love, then I think this world would really change for the better.
What do you believe the world would look like if everybody was acting out of love?
So if everybody was acting out of love, we would most likely be engaged in activities that serve us personally. I really feel like everybody has such an important purpose and everybody has talents that other people might not have as well. We're each here and we each bring such a unique vision and characteristics and qualities and talents, and if we just are acting out of love and like being in alignment with that one thing or handful of things that we really love doing, then everybody is going to play such an important role in society, and we're all going to live in unison, and it's going to flow so well together because nobody's going to be doing something that they don't enjoy. There are so many jobs and things that we will need to do as a collective to get by and to thrive, and I really strongly believe that everybody plays a role in that. Everybody has something that they love to do and that are passionate about and talented with, and if we can just get into that zone and roll with that, then everything will work perfectly together. And I definitely believe that community is important. Living in communities of 100 to 200 people, and not necessarily not having privacy, but just working collectively together, harvesting food, planting food. There's just so many different roles that can absolutely be fulfilled if we're all acting out of love. You can find me at rawalignment.com and also my YouTube channel, Raw Alignment, and pretty much every other social media at Raw Alignment as well, like Twitter, Tumblr, Pinterest, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. Just search Raw Alignment and you can find me there. Thank you.